Guys, and welcome back. Maybe this is my first video. I filmed another video to go up first, but I don't know if I'm gonna upload it because, you know, it's kind of cringy. So I'm still trying to decide if I'm actually gonna upload that one or not. So maybe this is the first time. Maybe this is the second time you're watching me. I don't know. Well, anyways, as you've seen in the title of this video, I'm just gonna show you some favorites. I figured since you don't know me, being I'm new on the YouTube, that's what my daughter calls it, the YouTube. So I'm new. I figured if I did a favorites video, you would kind of get a little inkling into the things that I like. So if those are things that you like too, maybe you'd want to follow and check out the other things that I'm going to be trying out. And I'm going to probably share some of the information that I filmed in my previous one, just in case I don't upload that one. So I'm sorry if I do end up uploading that one. I'm sorry that you had to hear it twice. We're gonna be really good friends, I can tell, and you're just gonna know a lot about me. But yeah, here we go. Anyways, so these are all what I'm calling my August favorites, and I don't know when this video is actually gonna go up because I'm not great at the editing thing. It's all new to me. So maybe it's like the end of September before you actually see this, but just know these are things I loved in August, okay? So it was summer, okay? I live in Southern Illinois, so we get all 4 seasons here, which I love. Don't love Illinois, but I love all 4 seasons. And so these are things, it was, you know, hot out. I am oilier skinned, and things that I just really enjoyed. So I'm going to start, I guess, with like the face, okay? My first one, and this is a favorite that I've had forever, but I tried to pick something from each category, you know, like primer, foundation, concealer, etc. So I tried to pick one from each category. This has always been my favorite, and I'm gonna be really honest, it's probably always gonna be my favorite, and that is the Becca Backlight. I mean, you can see how empty it is, and this is probably my 3rd bottle, at least, of this product. I love it so much. I always get, like, whenever they are 100-point perks, the little ones, I always pick up those too, so I can like travel with them easily and just have more extra because it's so amazing. I am oilier skinned, like I said, so I pretty much always have to go with like a soft matte or matte foundation, but I do not like a matte finish. I love to look dewy and glowy and like wet, but if I were to just to go in with all those type of products an hour into my day, because I'm so oily, I would be wet and you could see it and it would look like I needed a shower. Like, it would be too extreme. So what I like to do is I like to go in with like primers and dewdrops and things like underneath my foundation that can like show through a little bit more, but I'm still getting that oil absorption and the mattifying from the foundation, if that makes sense. But the stuff is amazing. I know I talked about it, it's fine. On to foundations. I picked 2 foundations because I work at Sephora, okay? I run a Sephora. I'm a beauty manager. So I will say I get to try a ton of products, and I'm constantly changing up my foundations. I'm always on the hunt for like the perfect foundation. I haven't found it yet, let me tell you. But these are 2 that I always go back to, and I am absolutely loving since the moment I found them. Well, actually, correction. This one, I will say, the first time, this is the CoverFX PowerPlay foundation, and this is a newer one. They came out with maybe July. I don't know what month it was, but it's newer. And the first time I tried it, I hated it. I literally hated it. I was like, I don't know what was happening that day, but I literally was like, this doesn't have any coverage to it. It feels gross on my skin. And I literally had planned to never put it on my face again. And then one of the girls I work with, one of my product consultants, was literally like, I love that foundation. What are you talking about? It's amazing. Maybe you're just putting it on wrong. I was like, putting it on wrong? And she was like, let me do it. So she put it on me and did my whole face, and I loved it. It looked amazing. And I was like, maybe I just put it on wrong. Like, I don't know. So I went home, I tried it again. It was better. I tried it again. It was amazing. Like, the more I've used it, the more I love it. I don't understand, but it's great. This stuff is great. Moving on. This one I have loved since the moment I put it on, but I didn't try because, I don't know, BareMinerals has always been one of those brands that like I've just related with like a very much more mature woman. And then I actually had a customer come in to my store, and she was asking for things that were better or similar to this. And this is the BarePRO. And I was like, I've actually never tried it. Like, that is one of the foundations in my store that I had never tried, never sampled, never put it on my skin, because like I avoided BareMinerals like the plague. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, I'm asking her questions like, what kind of finish is that? And I felt terrible. And she went on and on about how amazing this stuff was. And then this stuff didn't like transfer on her. It stayed so well. It looked amazing. It covered everything. And I was like, like she was selling me on this stuff. It was really funny. So she literally left the store, and I made myself a sample of it because I was like, I gotta try this stuff out. Never looked back. This stuff is amazing. If you have never tried this, especially if you are oilier skinned, also try not to talk very long. Fast? Whatever. Anywho, concealers. But as far as under eyes and brightening, and I have super dark circles because I have the worst sinuses in the world. Like, they are awful, and I can't take anything for them because I can't have antihistamines, and that's like the active ingredient in every allergy medication. So here we are. So I have really dark under eyes because of my sinuses. And the only thing I found that is thin enough that it doesn't get like cakey, but thick enough that it covers everything and brightens it, but also doesn't like crease on me after a couple of hours, and it sets really nicely, is the Double Wear Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. This stuff is amazing, and it lasts forever. Like, it looks like this tiny little tube, but I swear I use this every single day and I'm still like, it's been months. This stuff is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. You get the picture. Just go try it. Just go try it. Okay, moving on. Now for a bronzer. I love a good bronzer. I went through these phases where like I used to bronze all the time, and then I stopped and I would just start like contouring and only contouring, and today I just kind of bronze. I didn't contour at all. But I got away from bronzers, and then one day I just was like, I haven't used a bronzer in a long time, and it was starting to get summery again, so it's like I want to feel bronzy, right? So I started putting bronzer, and I was like, why did I ever stop using bronzer? Like, who did I think I was? I don't know. But I have two. I have two favorites. One is a very, very long-loved, forever favorite bronzer, and the other one is very specifically an August favorite bronzer because it's newer. My loved forever one is the MAC bronzer in, just called Matte Bronze. As you can tell, very loved. This stuff is amazing. If you are fair to medium skin toned, it would work too. Like this, it's like the perfect color bronze, okay? So good. So good. More specifically for August though, the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. They have the original in the black packaging, and then they had this one, which was special edition, that came out with like the coconutty line. It had a little eyeshadow palette in the white packaging. It has dewdrops in the white packaging, and it had something else in this packaging, powder maybe. But this one in Tantastic, I kind of think that this one was like, they came out with this before, like a couple years ago, and it was limited edition, and then they just came back out with it and they called it something different. But I could be wrong because I didn't buy it back then, but it looks so similar. And the pan is huge. So this is pricier than most, okay? It is. It's probably double the price of that MAC one. But the amount of product that you're getting is massive. I'm trying to see how many ounces are in the MAC one. It's like really dirty because this thing is super old and super loved. This one has 10 grams. I can't make out the ounces on here. 10 grams in this one, and this one has 25 grams. So it has 2.5 times the product. So justifiably that it would be twice the price, if that makes sense. And this shade is absolutely beautiful. I will say it's a little bit lighter than my MAC one. So while this one is definitely light to medium, this one is probably more for lighter skin tones, like depending on how deep your medium skin tone is. But it's so pretty. It's gonna last you forever. It smells delicious. I just got bronzer on my nose. It's fine. It's worth it. It smells so good. It just smells like summer and the beach and luxury. And the packaging is so nice. Like it's really pretty on your vanity. We're gonna move on. Blushes. My little setups over here, so that's why I keep like just randomly dipping. I'm not like, yeah, anyways. Blushes. Blush has always been one of my favorite things to buy. I don't know why. I love them. I have an excessive amount of blushes in my collection, but I only ever use like the same 3, if I'm gonna be really honest. I think they're so pretty. I think they swatch so lovely, and they're just like, oh, I don't know, I love them. But specifically this one, since I bought it, that's pretty much what I use on a daily basis. There might be, like I said, 2 others that I might randomly pick, but for the most part, this is the one that is on my face. And this is the Makeup Forever blush in S310. I don't care what skin tone you are, the palest of the pale to pretty darn deep can wear this shade, and it looks so pretty. It's like very natural, wearable. You can pair it with any eye look, you can pair it with any outfit, and it looks so good. You can also build it up quite a bit too if you want, but you don't have to, and it's just so good. Their blushes in general and their contour powders are amazingly, they blend really well. They're super smooth on the skin. They don't, for me, I have like a lot of texture in here, so I have to be very careful with certain powders because you don't want to accentuate the texture on your face. These don't, like, it's double chin worthy. It's so good. So I have two highlights I want to talk about. One is cream product, and one is a palette with cream and powder products. So I used to be very anti-cream highlight. I thought it was just really hard to work with. It was always took off the makeup that I had already put down. I'm oily in general, so I was like, creams are just gonna slide all over my face. And it just kind of took finding the right cream products for me. This one specifically August, because this is when I found it, and I shouldn't say found it, like I've known about it. I run a Sephora, I've seen it, I just never picked it up because creams aren't my thing, or liquids in general. But I finally was like, I'm gonna do it. Everybody tells me it's so good. I'm just gonna try it, Amber, just try it. It's the Anastasia Liquid Glow Face Highlighter. This one is in the shade Pearla. It does come in 4 different shades. This is just the best one that goes to my skin tone. This stuff is so good. I like to put it on underneath my foundation, like right on my cheekbones, the center of my forehead, and down my nose, because like I said, I'm oily and I have to wear everything mattifying, but I don't like to look matte at all. So I mean, you can kind of see, like, I don't look matte, that's for sure, but I am wearing a very matte foundation. And that's because I use things like this, or dewdrops and the Backlight primer and things underneath my foundation to help my skin look like skin. But yeah, this stuff is amazing. Just try it out. Like, let me just rub some on my hand for you. It's that good. It's so, like, can you see that? Can you? I don't know if you can. I think you can. It's so pretty. It's just so pretty. And like I said, they have them 4 different shades, I believe it is, and there's definitely most of the other ones, like, they get deeper. Like, they did a good job of making sure everybody was covered, I feel like. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then also I will use this as just a highlight, especially on days I want a more natural glow within highlight. I'll put it underneath my foundation, and then after I do my entire face, I will just dab it like right here and blend it out with my beauty blender. So pretty. The other one I want to talk about is the Tarte Tartiest Pro Glow palette, and this comes with 6 shades. 2 of them are contour. So you have a sculpt and shade, and then the rest are highlights. And like I said, this is a mix between powder and creams, and they're gorgeous. Just just one of those things, like, I feel like you just need to go into Sephora and try, because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And honestly, the cream ones are far more of my favorites than the powder ones. They all feel a bit more creamy. But like, just look at that. Just look at it. Enough said. I don't think I have to say anything else. Alright, so moving on to the edibles. I have one palette to show you because it has actually rocked my world for the month of August. And that is the Born to Run palette by Urban Decay. It's so inspiring. Like, I literally look at it and I'm like, oh, I have so many ideas. What am I going to do? And I feel like that's what, while there has been so many eye palette launches happening, they all relatively looked the same to me. Or it was like basically the same with just a couple extra colors thrown in or whatever. And nothing was like actually getting me inspired, or I bought the previous 5, so I was like, why do I need that one too? Like, it's fine. This one actually, like, it's so pretty. Oh. And I will also say Urban Decay itself has had a lot of launches lately with eyeshadow palettes that I have not been a fan of. The colors maybe not so great, but more apt, like the quality I wasn't super impressed with. Like, I didn't feel like they were like as good as the Urban Decay shadows are in some of their launches until this one. Like, this one is so good. The shadows are fantastic. Colors, what? Okay. The colors are fantastic, and the shadows themselves are great pigmentation, blend out amazingly. Like, this is just basically has been my eyes for the entire month of August. Eyebrows. So I used to be an Anastasia Beverly Hills brow. That was it. That's all I used. It was amazing. Don't try to tell me to try anything different, because you're wrong, basically. And then Kat Von D came out with her brow line. And of course, I tried it because I work at Sephora. So I was like, playing around with it. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Her brow pencil, the shape of it is so different. Like, it comes to a point almost on both sides, and it's fatter in the middle. You can get the most natural brow like hairs with it, or you can build it up really like thicker, bolder, kind of what I'm having today. It's not very natural today. You can build it up too, but it's so good. I wish the color section was a little bit better. They don't have any like auburn shades or red shades for those redheads out there. You're pretty much like blonde or light brown is your option. So I do think they could work on their shade range a little bit better for specifically the pencils. But so good. I have not tried the powder, and I was not a fan of the pomade. It was so creamy that I felt like it made it a little bit more difficult to work with, and it stains. Definitely stains, which can be good or bad. Like, if it stains your eyebrows, obviously you probably won't have to use as much the next day and the next day. So I mean, that's okay, but I don't want to stain. So, but the brow pencils are absolutely amazing. You should definitely just try it. That's like, if you're gonna go try anything, if you're really into brows, like, just try this. Okay. Anyways, last but not least is a setting spray, and I have been and still am, like, I love the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. It's really good. Not taking away from that, but I like a dewier finish. Okay, if we haven't realized anything in this video, if you don't take anything else away from me, you know I like a dewy finish, even though I'm oily. That's all I got for you. So I was on a hunt for a setting spray that would set me, but still give me like I didn't want to add dew necessarily on top of it, because I'm still gonna get oily, but just like some hydration, I guess, to help my just skin naturally look better, but not actually adding any like luminosity to it, like the Tarte Luminous Skin Mist. Like, that's actually gonna add that, like, you know what I'm saying? So I got the Algenist Hydrating Setting Mist, Splash Hydrating Setting Mist. Like, you actually, I don't know what word that was. You actually feel hydrated. Like my skin feels so good when I spray it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it actually prolongs my makeup as far as like the longevity of it, for like how long it's on my face, but I do think it kind of blends everything back together. It's a lot like, it reminds me of, in that sense, of the Smashbox water primer stuff, photo primer. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That stuff it wasn't setting my face or anything, but like after I was done and I sprayed it, I felt like everything kind of blended together and it made my skin look normal again. It took away like a powdery look to it, took it away, and I love that stuff. This does that for me. Like it takes away that makeup look and makes me kind of look like skin again without actually adding any dewiness. Does that make sense? I'm sorry. There you have it. That is my August favorites. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you want to see more from me or just get to know more about me, because let's be honest, we don't know much yet, do we? So I will see you in the next one. Bye.